Hi folks, I'm Chris Marshall with Woodworkers Journal magazine. There aren't many table saws you can carry with one hand, and even fewer that you can operate just about anywhere, whether you're close to an outlet or not. But DeWALT has engineered their new DCS 7485 60-volt MAX table saw to be both highly portable and cordless. The saw's brushless motor is powered by a FLEXVOLT 60-volt lithium-ion battery. It gives you a table saw's versatility with the convenience of a cordless tool. Here's a quick rundown of its features. The saw has a telescoping rip fence that clips onto the fence rails, and it extends out 24 inches from the blade. It's also got this flip-over ledge for supporting wide workpieces that extend beyond the edge of the table. DeWALT outfits this machine with an 8¼ inch diameter blade and its super thin kerf to help extend battery runtime. It'll cut materials up to 2 9/16 inches thick when set at 0 degrees, and when tipped to 45 degrees, it'll through cut to 1 3/4 inches thick. DeWALT provides this clear, split-style blade guard that slips down into place and installs without tools. And you also get a riving knife when you need to make non-through cuts. And the saw has dust collection ports, both here on the blade guard and down here on a dust shroud that surrounds the blade. The saw has a steel roll cage for durability, and it stands on large rubber feet. A paddle-style kill switch, small miter gauge, and push stick are also standard features. So now I've got the saw set up and ready for cutting, and my battery is at full charge. In order to give you an idea of the saw's power, I'm going to make a rip cut on this thick piece of 8/4 poplar. And so that you can hear how this cordless saw sounds, I'm not going to turn on my dust collection for this particular cut. And that should make it pretty clear that the saw has plenty of power for cutting thick hardwood. But power doesn't matter much on a cordless table saw if the battery runs out of charge after a single tough cut. So for our print article, in order to test the saw's runtime, I made repetitive rip cuts on a piece of 4-foot 2x southern yellow pine like this. I wanted to see how many rip cuts the saw would make on a single battery charge. Then I recharged the battery and repeated the test. And when I averaged the 2 rounds of results, the saw was able to cut about 128 lineal feet on a single battery charge. That's about 16 pieces of 2x material, 8 foot long, ripped end to end. And then I repeated the same ripping test on 3/4 inch plywood to see how the saw's runtime would compare with that of cutting 2x material. This time the runtime was much longer on the thinner plywood. After 2 rounds of test cuts and a full battery charge each time, the saw averaged 230 lineal feet. That amounts to splitting about 29 sheets of plywood lengthwise on a single battery charge. So if you could use a table saw that can go anywhere and run off of its own power, DeWALT has a solution in the new DCS 7485 60-volt MAX Cordless Table Saw. You can buy it in kitted form, which comes with a battery and a fast charger, or as a bare tool, so you can use it with your other FLEXVOLT 60-volt MAX power tools and batteries. It's an interesting innovation, and it shows just where high-capacity cordless power tools are headed. Thanks for watching.